Hey guys, it's Quickie Baby, and this video is going to be letting you know about my experience with the Elder Scrolls Online closed beta. Now this game is going to be coming out in about 2 weeks, and I'm pretty darn excited about it. It is looking like it could be a real good version of a multiplayer Elder Scrolls game. So maybe many of you have played Skyrim, and you thought it really sucked that you couldn't share your experiences with your friends. Well, that's what Elder Scrolls Online is trying to let you do. Now, just to quickly talk about my MMO history, because it might give you an idea of the kinds of games that have affected my opinion on this. I played World of Warcraft for about 5 years since the game was in vanilla, and yet it took me that long to really get bored of it. The game was super exciting, but I felt that they just made it far too easy, and it changed from being a game which I felt like I was investing my time into, and how I wanted to play the game would affect my character, to being more of a case of, oh, I'm just going to play this game a lot and then I'm going to be like everyone else. So I moved from World of Warcraft into a game called Warhammer Online, a dark age of Camelot that was built within the Warhammer universe. And the multiplayer in Warhammer Online was just simply incredible. I absolutely adored Warhammer Online. I played a Black Orc, and we were sort of the pioneers from the European front for Destruction side in getting into the final stages and killing the Alliance King, so to say. Or the Order King, if you want to say it like that. I led multiple warbands of people in open PvP combat, working together to really take the open mass-scale PvP to the extremes that was only really possible in a game such as Warhammer Online. Now, I'm not a big PvE player. For me, PvE in a game supplements the PvP. And if you guys don't know what I'm saying with those acronyms, well, PvE is player versus enemy. It's basically you versus computers, where you work together with your friends to do dungeons. So while this review is going to be focused on PvP, if you're a PvE player, you may want to look at some other videos. Or at least wait until I buy this game, and I stream it and I give you a full opinion on the PvE. So just the generics about the game, I feel like the graphics are absolutely amazing. I suppose
I could use another break.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's another thing I wanted to point out, that I do feel quite immersed in this game. I'm just turning on my UI now so you can see everything. When you run past people, they randomly call out to you. That's fun at first. Maybe it'll get annoying after a while. Who knows? I'm in the main town of the Daggerfall Covenant here. That's the alliance that I'm in. This town is Daggerfall. And yeah, when you first come here, you really get a sense of scale. And scale is something that I feel that Elder Scrolls Online does really well. I kind of got the same feeling at when I first went to, what was it, Ironforge in World of Warcraft for the first time as my dwarf. Although, let's be honest, not really. First time you ever go to Ironforge, back in 2005, playing World of Warcraft, that's incomparable. But for a game to get as close as that, such as Elder Scrolls Online, then that's a pretty good sign, really. And that was something that Warhammer Online did really, really, really badly. The fact that the central town was absolutely garbage. I think it was called the Inevitable City or something, and it was terrible. At least that's completely gone. In Elder Scrolls Online, I really do feel that the central hub is a really nice place to just go meet your friends and craft everything that you've gathered while you've been out on your quests. I do really like it. Now, one thing I will say about this game is that the start of it is possibly one of the worst things that I have seen. You run for ages, you kill maybe a couple of mobs, there's some pretty nice voice acting, and that's something that I should quickly touch on, the fact that everything in this game is voice acted. All of the quests have voice acting. And that sort of increases the immersion. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go back to the fact that the starting area in this game, in my opinion, is complete garbage. And when I first played Elder Scrolls, and quite a lot of the people who hate on Elder Scrolls at the moment are the players who literally only just played the starting area. And maybe the first 4, 5, 6 levels of the game. Because they think it's kind of like doing Skyrim all over again, but just without it being really cool. And it being especially confusing. However, it's more of a case of, once you get through that initial phase, and you start to get out into the open, But after you get through, in my opinion, the first few hours of the game, which are garbage, and you start to get closer to level 10, the game, for me, really opened up. And this is why, because of the PvP in the game. Now, there are 3 fractions in Elder Scrolls. There's the Aldmeri Dominion, there's the Ebonheart Pact, and there's the Daggerfall Covenant. Now, I'm part of the Daggerfall Covenant, and each of these 3 fractions are locked in an eternal war against each other, which I guess is called the Alliance War. Now, this is your rank, so to say. This is effectively your PvP level, if you want to call it that. And how good you are compared to everyone else on the server is tracked depending on how well you do when you're in the PvP. So if you're a very dedicated PvP player, you can see literally how you stack up against everyone else who's participating in the campaign. Now, the way that Elder Scrolls has made the PvP, well, at least what I would call the Alliance War, the Alliance PvP, for which, for me, will be the most interesting, is they've separated all of the server into, I'd say, about 20 different campaigns, they call them. So they've done this to make sure that each campaign doesn't get overpopulated, because no one wants to just be running around lagging for hours on end. What I found is that trying to target the medium population wars is the best. And interestingly, I'm playing the least popular alliance, so to say. The Daggerfall Covenant seems to be the least popular. Now, being the least popular can be both a curse and a blessing. One, there's a lot more people to kill, and quite often if you're playing the most popular fraction, you can just be running around trying to find people to kill because you outnumber them so much. So that's fun. However, when you're the underdog, so to say, you've got less people, that means that sometimes you're just going to get overwhelmed by the opposition. And you can see this in an open world PvP video that I will be releasing later on. So apparently these campaigns are going to last for 90 days. And then I presume that the winners are going to get rewards or maybe titles of renown. So the way the game is set up, you can have your home campaign and a guest campaign. Now, the reason why this is important is that your leaderboard is only linked to your home campaign, so it only remembers how you're doing in that campaign. And that's going to be good because in the release you're going to see the same kind of people and you'll start to learn their names, and maybe you'll find people that you like to work with. It's going to attach you to a campaign. Of course, there's, as far as I'm aware, no difficulty with changing what your home campaign is, but I like the fact that it's going to encourage you to play one, and so it's going to be rivalries will build up between people and between guilds, and it's just going to add that extra layer of immersion into it. Apart from your home campaign, you can also set a guest campaign. And what that does is allow you to just go into a different campaign without consequences and just have some fun. So there are penalties if you want to set home campaigns. You need to pay alliance points, which you earn, as the campaigns last for 90 days. However, you can change your guest campaign every 24 hours. So to enter a campaign, you literally just need to mouse over it and press your E key, and then it'll enter you in. So once you've entered into the campaign, I'm just going to show you the map, and you guys are probably going to be flabbergasted, hopefully, once you understand the sheer scale of this. So right now, you see me here. I'm at the Southern High Rock Gate. And as you can see, the yellows are simply dominating the area. The blues don't... We've got a few keeps, and the yellows are fighting all around. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, I'm going to run from here to here, and I'll speed up this video, but this will give you an idea of just how vast the PvP zone is. And there we have it, there's the yellow keep. Can't quite see any yellows around, thank goodness. This is a low population server though. So to give you guys an idea, we just ran from there to here. Now, when we just zoom out, you realize the scale of the alliance war that happens in each one of the campaigns. What this means is there is ample room for hundreds, if not thousands of players to fight inside each campaign. And it's going to make the scale of the PvP simply epic. Along the way, there are also objectives to take. You saw us pass through the gate of Aluma Ruma. And there are other things that you can take which give you benefits to your alliance. Now, I don't want this video to be ending up being super long. I will try and break it down into different aspects. Is this a person? No, it's a Daggerfall person. Hello, hello friends, we can fight together. Yes, okay, let's go, let's be sneaky. Okay, a bit of impromptu roleplay. And some sneakiness going on. Let's see what they're up to. So this is the yellow keep. If we had a few more people, we might be able to put some pressure out on it. But I digress. I was getting distracted there. Oh, I'm so excited about the PvP. Randomly meeting people. But the way that they've designed the battlefield, in my opinion, is simply incredible. Being a very experienced open PvP player from Warhammer Online, I can tell by the way that they've designed the landscape that they definitely know what real open world PvP needs. There are choke points, there are hiding points, there are terrain features which you can use to your advantage, and if you organize with your guild and with your alliance, you can make possibly the enemy's superior numbers account for much less than they would do if you didn't use the terrain to your advantage. I'm also impressed by the fact that when I'm actually inside the PvP, I don't exactly have a monster computer, and I'm rendering at the moment at 1080p, and I don't get that much lag. I've seen engagements between hundreds of people, and my FPS barely drops below, you know, around the 20, 30 mark, which is not too bad on this scale of an MMO game. As an example here, I can just get out the keep door by clicking on it. However, when the enemy are sieging your keep, they have to break through your outer door. They have to go through this funnel here. What you could do is you could lock them in at the gatehouse door here. And hopefully if you can heal your guys at the front and keep your healers safe here and your damage dealers around here, then you can block the enemies. And as far as I'm aware, there is actually collision detection. You can't run through people in Elder Scrolls. Although I'm not 100% certain on that, so don't quote me. And I know, for example, in games such as Warhammer Online, when the lag got too bad, they actually ended up having to turn that off because it was causing some issues. But the idea that you can't actually physically run through people mean that you can use bodies to block places. Having all your tanks literally blocking the door, allow your enemies to come in here, and then AoE them down is very, very satisfying. And that means that a keep, like what I'm in now, is actually an incredible tool to use to defeat your enemies. If they break through your outer walls, the enemies gather here. There are opportunities to engage them from above. There are even horrible oil spills that come out of here and literally one-hit lower-level people. When you break through the inner keep door, then you have to kill some of the more powerful honor guards, and then make your way upstairs, and this is really the last chance for the defenders to be able to repel the enemy. My initial impressions are that this game is very promising with regards to the world PvP. And that's the kind of player that I am. If you want a PvE perspective, then I won't be able to give you one of those right now. I have limited time in the beta. And for me, the PvE was positively mediocre. It was very boring for me. I haven't done any of the dungeons yet, so I guess that's a bit of an ignorant statement to make. Maybe the dungeons in this game are simply incredible. Maybe they make the very, very, very well scripted World of Warcraft dungeons look stupid. But personally, I don't think that's going to happen. For me, Elder Scrolls Online, well, specifically my interests will be in the PvP. That's something that World of Warcraft has never been able to do right, because of the way that the characters work, because of the way that the game, as soon as there's more than, say, about like 50 people, starts to really have some major issues. And the way that Azeroth is designed, it's not like this. It's not like Cyrodiil. It doesn't want a gigantic alliance war between 3 fractions like Elder Scrolls Online do. And that's why I'm interested in Elder Scrolls, and I'm probably like 90% sure that I'm going to be buying it in a couple of weeks. So I'm going to be releasing other videos. I know that I've got one that's going to be showing you the character selection screen and how you can make your character literally look completely unique. Another is going to be showing you actual world PvP. I'm also probably going to try and release some videos showing you how the keep sieges work. But anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please consider rating it down below. I'd really appreciate it. And let me know what you think about Elder Scrolls, especially if you are a PvP player. If you're someone who invested a lot of time in Warhammer Online, it'd be really interesting to know what you think about the possibilities of PvP in Elder Scrolls. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. You've been epic, and hopefully I'll see you soon.